Hey guys, this is Chad and Ryan. We're down here at the range and we have the Mosin 9130 set up. This is a sporterized version. This is Ryan's. And we want to discuss something. We've been having a little bit of an argument with a couple different people regarding some features that are on the Mosin Nagant. And we do not recommend this video. I know we do not recommend doing what we're going to do in this video. You are taking your life into your own hands. You're taking the life of those around you in your own hands. And remember, you're responsible for where that bullet goes and it going off in your city or town or wherever you live.
Yeah, so if you guys are going to try to do what we do in this video, please make sure you're at a range where your gun is pointed downrange, and if it does go off, it goes off in a safe direction. So
the main feature, guys, that we're going to be discussing today is the decocking feature. Now, when you hear decocking, you are, I'm sure, familiar with a pistol. A lot of people are going to go, yeah, the decocking feature in a pistol is where you load a round, you press down on the lever, like the 92 FS, like the Ruger SR22, something like that has an exterior decocker. You push down on it, it drops the hammer safely, where then you then have a double action pull to then let the, to then shoot the weapon. Now, the Mosin Nagant has a decocking feature, but it's actually designed to relieve the tension on the firing pin. Ryan's going to go ahead and discuss this real quick.
All right, guys, so what I did here was I just pulled the bolt back here, and I'm going to show you the standard decocking feature. Now, there are no rounds in the chamber, and this is the only way that this feature on the gun, and I know some of you guys are going to go, oh, it's not a feature. Yes, it is. It is a feature. The gun does it. It's a feature. Yeah. Okay?
It wasn't. I mean, it's included with the weapon. It may
not have been intended as what we're calling it now, but you know what? It does it, and this is it. It decocks the weapon. It's that simple. So you slide the bolt forward, and you put it into the first click. Okay. Then you can actually pull the trigger, and it will drop the handle, and it will actually decock the pressure from the spring on the firing pin, okay? So that this gun now, if you want to cock it, it is now cocked, and you can fire it this way. And you can see that bolt move forward there. If you're going to decock it, it basically makes it of that you just fired it, but without actually dry firing the weapon. So it does relieve that pressure. This is to be used for like after you clean it. If you're just cycling, something like that, and you are not actually at a range where you can fire, that's what this feature is going to be used for. Okay. Some people out there, there's a couple videos. I believe one of them is called Mosin Dumbcocker. Okay. And it's where a guy takes his Mosin and he loads a round. He closes his bolt. He puts it into that first position like he's going to decock it, and he tries to decock the weapon with a round in the chamber. Now, I want you guys to see what happens when I do that. I'm going to pull the trigger and try to decock the weapon with a round in the chamber. It doesn't do anything.
Yeah, it moves just a hair.
It moves just slightly, guys. Now, what he does in the video is he then forces this handle down to a closed position. And what that does is actually causes a light strike on the primer. Now, I'm going to show you guys here. I'm going to uncock it. And I'm going to actually take this round out. Let me see if I can... Whoops. Whoops. It's not... There we go. I'm actually going to close my bolt and use the extractor to pull it out. Okay. Now, if you guys look at the back of that primer there is no light strike. And that was me doing the whole decocking procedure on that round, doing it the correct way, no light strike on that primer. What he is doing by decocking the weapon and forcing it down into this position with no tension on that spring, I'm going to show you guys here. I'm going to take this actually out, and I'm going to put it in the same position. Okay?
Well, this is the position they usually
Now
use.
this is the decocked position on this bolt. Okay, what he's doing when he forces this down, he's actually forcing that firing pin out.
Remember, this is the position you guys use to check the depth of the firing pin to make sure it's not punching through the primer. And that's what is happening, guys. That's actually sitting on the primer.
So he is doing something wrong with the gun. Something that is not intended for the gun to be doing. Okay, when he's forcing the handle down on that, that's not what the gun is intended to be done with. I guess.
So guys, we're going to have Ryan show you how the gun is actually intended to be carried.
So I'm actually going to load a round here.
And it's intended to have 5 rounds in it.
Yep. You can load 5 rounds in this magazine. It's an internal magazine here. Or internal, external. That gun is ready to be fired. Now, if you want to have 5 rounds in this gun, 4 in the magazine, 1 chambered and ready to go, you use the safety. You do not use the decocker because it's not that type of decocker. You actually pull back on the bolt here and turn the handle.
See that from this side. So you guys see that? It's now actually hooked onto the frame of the gun.
Or the receiver there.
Yeah, the receiver.
It's actually hooked on the back of the receiver, guys, where if I pull the trigger, that bolt's going nowhere. It's not firing.
So that's how it's intended to be carried. 4 in the mag, 1 in the chamber with the safety on.
Now you can, when you want to fire the weapon, you disengage that safety, and now the weapon is ready to be fired. I'm not going to fire it right now because neither one of us have hearing protection in. So I'm actually going to eject the round here, and then I'm going to use the decocking feature to decock the weapon. It's that simple, guys, okay? Don't be fooled by people going, oh, it's not a real decocker. It's not a real decocker. It's not a decocker as we understand it now. It is a different type of decocker, okay? So you guys need to be careful with that. Don't try to use it like a new modern weapon. It's to be used without any rounds in the chamber, okay? So if you guys have any questions on this, let us know and we'll try to answer it. If you guys enjoyed this video, please subscribe. And we thank you for watching. This is Ryan and Chad from CNR Reviews. Have a great day, guys.